And finally, we are in the next series of the day. Game number 1 begins between Liereyy and Ganji. This is the best of 5 series for the round of 12. The playoff stage of T90 Titans League 2nd season. We're gonna have Malians for Liereyy. We're gonna have Ganji for Lithuanians. Taking a look at the south where Ganji is located, we're gonna talk about the Lithuanians first. The player civilization will begin with 150 extra food compared to other civilizations. Besides that, we also see for the Lithuanians 10% faster moving skirms, spear line units. We get for the Lithuanians, in addition to all of this, we're gonna have for them 1 extra attack on knights and light chain units per each relic garrison, up to 4 relics, up to +4 attack. And for the team bonus, their monasteries work 20% faster. Liereyy, on the other hand, playing with the Malians, will get a 15% wood discount on buildings. Resources, actually gold, does last 30% longer, and it's gonna have on top of that 1 extra pierce armor and barracks units per age, starting in the fuel age, up to +3 in the Imperial Age. This is without taking into account any blacksmith upgrades, right? Finally, for the team bonus, Malians will get 80% faster working universities, and that's gonna be about it. So let's take a look at what the TC location is looking like for both these players. And starting with Ganji, right? The bull player over here is going to be very, very close to the shoreline towards the south of the map. And he's going to get, first off, 1 gold. Very close to the TC towards the southwest. He's going to have stones on the left-hand side and 1 over here towards the northeast as well. Hey, Hardcore Massive. Hi, hi. Welcome back as usual. Hope you're doing alright. And that's going to be about it. You also have berries around the wood line. The hunting over here, the huntables, right? And how many boars or lure balls do we have? So we have a rhino on the right hand side. That's good. That's going to be 1. Then we have another one over here. So that's going to be 2. That's going to be 3. And this could potentially be 4, 5, depending on if he's got a vision of any of this, right? So let me take a look at this really quickly. So yeah, he doesn't know about this stone. He knows about this rhino, but he does not know about 3 out of 5 rhinos that he could potentially get access to. Meanwhile, taking a look at Liereyy on the other hand, what do we get for the red player? Well, he's gonna get the main. Oh, well, not really the main, but he's going to have 1 gold over here on the back of the TC. Kind of far away. He's going to have it. Meanwhile, we have also a stone on the right-hand side too. And then we have extra gold and extra stone on the left-hand side, but this is so far away. This is not really his, right? It's not really going to be easily accessible, so instead it's going to be very much contested. And both players are in pretty similar locations, very close to the shorelines. Resources are kind of far away from the TCs, and it's going to be very difficult to get access to extra resources after they run out of their initial patches. As for the rhino situation, we do have 1 over here, so that's going to be 1. And where's the other one? He's already collected 1, I would imagine, so let's assume that there's 2. And that seems to be about it, right? Yeah, I don't see any extra boars or rhinos over here, actually. It's not looking anywhere near as good as Ganji's. Oh, there is 1 over here. So okay, we can say 3. We can say 3, but definitely not as good as Ganji, who is going to have potentially up to 5 himself. I'm doing alright? I'm doing alright myself as well, and I am very, very much looking forward to continue working stuff. I think this is going to be a great year. I'm already very close to finishing the preparation for 1 tournament that is going to take place hopefully during the first half of this year. And then after that is done, I'm gonna start working on the preparation of a tournament that I want to have in the second half of this year that is going to be so freaking good. At the very least, that's the idea. You're gonna see. We'll see. Terranova duos 2 and 3? No. No, it's the first one. Don't want to talk too much about. The one that I'm about to finish working on. And then the second one is going to be Terranova 2. But not the duos version, no. Just Terranova 2. The long-awaited by me and 2 other people sequel to Terranova. You let you see it ready for Liereyy, yes. Ganji's going up himself. Liereyy, being the first player to click up, is gonna start going for Navy right away. Ganji is playing with Lithuanians over here. He's gonna try and make a play for a fast castle instead, but this is usually coming in at the cost of water economy, right? Let's take a look at this scouting information because he's pulling all the... Yeah, there we go. This is really smart from Ganji. Notice he brought a fishing ship over to the left-hand side and he spotted Lierey's dock over there. So what does he do? He takes all the remaining fishing ships, the vast majority of these anyway, and moves them over to the south where he's got yet another dock just waiting for the fishing ships to go over there, right? In the end though, this won't really delay Lierey's push too much. Liereyy knows exactly what's going on over here. There's no way that Ganji's gone just for 2 fishing ships, right? So he knows the fishing ships are most likely elsewhere and he's going to continue looking for them. Meanwhile, Ganji is getting himself to the fuel age and getting the market and the blacksmith up, so we're gonna see the castle age on the way very, very soon. Yeah, so it should be on the way for him, and we're just waiting for gold. There he goes. Liereyy, on the other hand, is getting kind of close to going after the castle age himself. Notice, Ganji already knows where Liereyy is. We take a look at Lierey's point of view. Liereyy has no idea that Ganji knows that he knows, or that he doesn't know where he is, and Ganji does know instead. So he's got the barracks on the way, and once he gets up to the castle age, of course, we'll see a stable come up. We'll see a monastery come up as well, so he can try and make a play for the relics too. And notice how Lierey's trying to block the fire galley over here. In the end, it's going to be Ganji the one to take a loss. He does not have any extra navy units over here the way anymore. Yeah, Lierey's just trying to find out where the fishing ships are. There isn't really a safe place for Ganji to continue fishing anymore. On the right hand side, we have already a fire galley. Kind of camping the dock, the original one. Then down south, this one is going down very soon. So this should be pretty good for, you know, overall for Liereyy, because at some point Ganji's gonna need to go and drop the food, and right now, well, the fishing ships aren't even working, so the economy is much stronger for Liereyy. He's going up to the castle age as well, significantly earlier. Significantly later, I mean. Yes. Ganji gets to the castle age. Monastery And Siege Workshop, no stable at all. So no knights, just mangonels in monks. And if we take a look at Liereyy, Lierey's got no idea. The Ganji's got everything that he's got on the way, but he knows the Ganji's somewhere around here. He can see the buildings. And now he can see the barracks. You can see the monastery, and the scout gets taken down not before he got a glimpse of what exactly it is Liereyy. It's gonna be fighting against very soon, and of course, Ganji already has the units on the way. He's got the first monk, he's got the first mangonel coming out. He's gotta be careful not to take his own spearman, of course. He's doing a good job. Hold on. The pass is about to break through. Meanwhile, Liereyy is getting to the castle age himself. He's got 2 stables. Light cavalry on the way. Scout cavalry already garrison inside the stable. And here come the scouts! We have the monks already from Ganji. Missing upgrades, however, without sanctity over here. These guys won't really do much of anything against light cavalry. But he's going... yeah, for the villagers first. Well done. Well done. He is getting the villagers. We'll see the light cavalry coming up over here, and once again, 2 hits will be enough for him to take the monk down. Meanwhile, down the south, Liereyy is gonna try to get the raids going in Ganji. Ganji's already taking some precautions. He's gotten the quick walls up around the gold. And the push from Ganji is looking very good. Let's get some more conversions coming out. Liereyy had gone for redemption though, so the mana play cannot work anymore. Yeah, and you know what? Ganji forgot about one of the villagers over here collecting from berries. He didn't end up losing this one. And now it seems like Liereyy does not realize about the scouts being under pressure. He's going to end up taking a loss over here, right? Both these scouts are probably going down. Seems like he realized a little bit too late. The push coming in from Ganji is looking fantastic. He's got sanctity right now. The monk still goes down though to the light cavalry. Not the most effective trade so far for Ganji to speak of. And we'll see a tournament for both these guys. So they're gonna try and play for the monks, and it's going in favor of Liereyy. Lierey's gotten the monk already from Ganji. Ganji, on the other hand, has been trying to get the conversions, but he's been unable to get away with it for the most part so far. There we go. Ganji cannot make the play work over here against Liereyy, as Liereyy cleans up the units. He was already ahead in work account and military. He was able to get ahead himself as well, and Ganji realizes there is not going to be a way back for him at all. So let's take a look at the achievements. We're gonna see for military a better KD. Lierey's 2-1 up for KD. For economy, we have a stronger economy for Liereyy as well. That's end up collecting about 2,000 extra resources. For society, on the other hand, we do have a higher villager max count for Ganji. However, villagers is only one part of the story, right? You take a look at the fishing ships. Liereyy at the end of the game was on 14 fishing ships. Ganji was only on 4, which were not really working, so not very effective for him. And Liereyy does end up taking this one without too many issues. The reaction to the push from Ganji was absolutely fantastic. Worked out pretty nicely, and now we'll go back and take a look at what we get for game number 2. And game number 2 is here then, everyone. Ganji He's gonna be playing on the right-hand side with Bohemians. Liereyy is gonna be playing on the left-hand side with Bengalis. Ganji. First off, is going to get free mining camp upgrades with the civilization. He's gonna have one extra. What is it? No, sorry, he's going to get access to chemistry and hand cannoneer in the castle age. In addition to sanctity and fervor affecting villagers, he will also have 25% higher attack, or higher bonus damage rather, on spear units against enemy units, and finally a 100 with discount on blacksmiths and universities. For the team bonus, the Bohemian markets will work 30% faster, and Liereyy on the other hand, playing with Bengalis, will get 2 extra villagers upon reaching a new age per TC. He's gonna have, in addition to that, elephant units that take 25% less bonus damage, that have conversion resistance. And in addition to that, they get +3/+3 armor on monk units, so extra melee armor, extra pierce armor for monks will make it a little bit easier for him to try and fight over the relics at the center. Team bonus is going to be indeed for team games for the Bengalis, so we are just going to skip that one and take a look at the map generation next, starting with the blue player. We're going to see that he's got the main gold up in the north, he's got the secondary gold on the right hand side. We're going to have the secondary, the main gold, actually the main stone, sorry, on the right hand side, on the back over here, so all 3 of these resources are on the back, and that's beautiful. Then we have the secondary gold on the left-hand side towards the south, and there is a secondary stone on the left-hand side outside the walls as well. On the left-hand side, what do we get? We're gonna have, for the yellow player, the main goal on the back. Secondary goal is gonna be towards the south. And the secondary goal is gonna be towards the south, and we have the main stone on the back, secondary stone towards the southeast. Berries are going to be inside the walls as well. Kind of forward, but it's fine overall. This one is going to be kind of problematic though. Yeah, Ganji's map generation is absolutely fantastic. If we take a look at this once again, Ganji, he's got not only the 3 resources on the back, right, but the 2 resources that are forward, they are so far apart. There is no way for the yellow player to go for like a castle over here that's going to deny both these things at the same time. Right, something like this will require bracer, and even then I'm not really sure if it will have enough range. While if you take a look at the left-hand side, because of the way that the gold is over here close to the secondary gold outside, and then the stone over here, and it'll be possible technically for the blue player to scout the long sides here, and then we could very well see from Ganji, if he were to go for a forward castle at some point in time, if he were for the castle over here, that he will be able to deny 1, 2, 3 resources from the yellow player. And this is kind of precarious, right? The gold over here is definitely close enough to the walls to get spotted by a scout from outside the walls. Absolutely. There you are. If there was around, I would have you banned. Alright, looking pretty good. The game is pretty stable. The one thing we did not take a look though was the relic distribution, so let's do that really quickly. And yeah, for the yellow player, we do have one relic over here, very, very close to his gate. We're gonna see another relic that's very close to the other gate as well. That's actually so good. I mean, check this out. How great is this? It's absolutely fantastic. And then, on top of that, we're gonna see one relic that is kind of neutral towards the south. These 2 are technically gonna be favoring the blue player as well. They should be. Yeah, much closer to the blue player. So it's good overall. Let's see. Yeah, just on the way for both these guys. And it's going to be a fast castle, of course, from both these players. It's just natural. It's interesting because we haven't really seen players go for too many early aggression games in the past. On Arena, right? In this tournament, and yeah, it makes me wonder if it's maybe not as viable anymore, maybe on this version of Arena. Whoa, chill down. What's going on over there? Just relax, bro. It's all a joke. Let's take it easy. Still on the way now for Liereyy. So it's gonna be a stable in the blacksmith. Should be going for the scouts then. Taking a look at the right hand side. It's a market and a blacksmith, so that means Ganji. It's most likely not really gonna be able to go and fight over the relics, right? It's coming out on top here. Oh! It's going in favor of Ganji. He got the scout down from Liereyy. Just got it to the last second, yeah. Otherwise, would have been pretty rough. Did a good job though, by the way. Just turning around and taking it down. I am not really sure the gate actually had closed over there. I think it might have not, right? Otherwise they probably would have been trapped. But anyway, we saw that the yellow player was going for the stable, so we have the extra scouts coming out for Ganji on the other hand. It's not going to be the case so much. And Dao Monastery is on the way now for Ganji. So yeah, the stable, they come out for Liereyy. It's one of his few buildings, and he's got the extra scouts, so it's gonna be fine. And we have a, yeah, Monastery is coming out for Ganji instead. Double Monastery play even. Monastery is on the way now for Liereyy as well, who's going to come out on top. We'll see. Double monk production. Hey Clarava. Hi hi. First monks are starting to pour in from Ganji. It's a very interesting approach, certainly, after game number 1 went in favor of Liereyy when Ganji tried to make a play for monks, but could not really do it. Now Lierey's got Bengalis. Bengalis are a fantastic civilization for monks as well. And there is a second monastery on the way for Liereyy, so he's gonna try and go for that. Yes. There we are. Conversion's coming in against the Spearman. He does get away with it. I'm back and still have your voice? Thank you. 1 for 1 scout over here. Now the monk race is going to begin. We see 4 relics still up for grabs. Ganji was able to collect the first one, but still, of course, 4 out of 5 are still up for grabs, and it's going to be Ganji the one to try and collect all of these with all monastery placements much earlier than Liereyy. Does find himself at a higher monk count, but not anymore though. Liereyy was able to catch up, and Ganji kind of dropped the ball over there. Did not go for quite as many monks as he could have. As quickly as he could have anyway. And he's collecting the second relic. And now Lierey's going to collect one over here. It's going to be 2-2-1 and up in the north. Yeah, Lierey's going to get this one up in the north as well. Beautiful. Wheelbarrow on the way now for Liereyy 2. Wheelbarrow on the way for Ganji. Liereyy is the only player to have gone for any extra TCs though. This tells me that he's not really going to be able to see too much in terms of military production, while Ganji on the other hand is probably going to start pulling ahead in monk count significantly. But all this, of course, is going to depend on how good the unit control for Ganji is. Let's see, he's going to try and get the conversions going, and he's going for it! And notice how Liereyy is actually trying to convert the monk carrying the relic. But Ganji is coming out with a better end of the deal over here. Liereyy is falling behind the military count. That's going to be 2 additional conversions coming up, and both are going to connect. 11 monks for Ganji so far. Liereyy? Yeah, Lierey's going to be left on only 1. Going for early pressure instead of adding the extra TC is an interesting choice. Yeah, with Bohemians, you're expecting to see the player go for economy over here and try to make a play for Hubnita and Battle Elephants, right? However, there has been at the very least one instance where the Bohemians do crumble to the Elephant Archers. Because they are so tanky, once you get to 30 or so Elephant Archers, they are not going to be enough. And Hubnita, they are just not going to do enough damage, right? So we saw that in the past, and I imagine that's probably influencing Ganji's decision to go for full aggression over here instead. And he's coming in. He's got Redemption right now too. He already had the Atonement. We're gonna see he's got Sanctity as well. Not Fervor yet. Yeah, but he's going after everything. Notice also how everyone was targeting the same house, so they will be able to load the to charge the conversions, right? And then they just retarget. Beautiful. Like in the ranchos with all those monks, Liereyy can go with knights. Yes. Now we see a defensive castle coming up for Liereyy. He does hold a stronger eco count right now, but it might not be the case for much longer as he's about to get housed. The rounds are doing work. We see the monks over there trying to deny the castle. The castle's coming up in the end, so Ganji's going to pull all the monks away. He's done a good job. Oh, and he got the relic. Let's go into the base of the castle. Castle comes out for Ganji already. Alright. What the hell, Dan? Dude, chill. I have no idea what it is that you are seeing that I am missing or something, but you take care, man, and see you next time. Anyway. One second. All right. What is your favorite unit? Mine is the Hussar. My favorite unit. I've been asked this question before. Back in the day, before the came out, it definitely would have been. By the way, what is this from Ganji? Ganji's gonna try to trap Liereyy in. This is so good. This is so good from Ganji. He might be behind in population. He might be behind in working count as well, but he's going to secure all the extra resources like this. Yeah. Anyway. There you are. The push from Ganji. It's looking very good. Do his defense. Yeah. He's looking very good as well. But not good enough to hold on against Ganji's push though. How many monks do we have over here? He's got 19 monks total. All 19 of which are forward. And this is good. Remember the other day when we saw somebody convert to Trebuchet? Well, honestly, if he can get the castle down over here, might be able to get something like that done once again if he's able to push through. Here we go. You can destroy your enemy with only 10 Hussar. That's the thing though. Ganji's got enough monks over here, and these are all properly upgraded. They can probably get away with converting the Hussar so long as he targets the units properly. And Lierey's going for archers instead. It's got the Arbalest here. Upgrade on the way. We see block printing coming out for him as well. And now the conversions are coming. Now that is a lot of crossbows. And we see a lot of conversions actually connected in Ganji. Actually, it's going to be Liereyy is going to end up getting cleaned up over here. Ganji will get away with this. Unbelievable. So many crossbows converted. Still 17 monks left for Ganji, and the Trebuchets are unstoppable right now. Very curious as to what things would look like if we had seen Hussar instead. Liereyy makes the play for Arbalester, and he ends up playing himself. Ganji takes game number 2 to equalize the series over here and guarantee us a 4-game series at least. So, Liereyy 1, Ganji 1. Let's take a look at this. It's going to be a 9 to 5 kill ratio for Liereyy. For economy, we have a stronger economy for Liereyy as well by a lot. About 6,000 extra resources. For society, we'll see villager max count. Already 44 higher for Liereyy as well. In the end, did not make a difference at all. Ganji's monk play was just too strong. Amazing game by Ganji. Did not see that coming with the Bohemians pick. Yes. Can we see the APM? Yeah, sure thing. So you see that Liereyy was actually higher. And Ganji, he kind of peaked from time to time. But never got much higher than Liereyy. As a matter of fact, never got significantly higher than Liereyy, right? Liereyy instead, 175 over here, 129 over here. Yeah. And welcome everyone then to game number 3. Actually, we're just going to keep Liereyy in the yellow color just for consistency. We have him. He was actually green in game number 1, and then yellow, and then green. He likes alternating colors, and I'm not really sure what the reason behind this is. It might be some sort of tradition, but yeah, blue and green is definitely not a good color combination. Definitely when the map has a lot of grassland. Anyway, taking a look then at the civilization, starting with Mr. Ganji. He's playing with Gujaras. What does that mean? Well, he's going to get 2 additional berry bushes underneath the TC at the beginning of the game. He's going to have the ability to garrison herdables inside the mill. And then on top of that, we're gonna see for the Gujaras, 25% faster training, camel and elephant units. Well, finally, they're going to have 20, 30, and 40% higher bonus damage from mounted units. Meanwhile, taking a look at Liereyy civilization, the Berbers will provide them with 10% faster movement villagers, in addition to 15 and 20% cheaper stable unit production in the castle and Imperial Ages. We also see for Liereyy civilization, for the team bonus that he's going to have access to Genie turn, that's going to be about it. That's going to summarize the Berbers. The map generation is something we can take a look at next, but this map, I would say, it probably doesn't really make too much of a difference. At the very least, more often than not. Let's take a look at anyway. We have both the goals on the right-hand side for the blue player. We have both stones on the right-hand side as well. Like, everything seems to be kind of centralized over here towards the southeast. And for Liereyy, on the other hand, let's see for the yellow player, sorry. 1 goal on the right, a stone on the right-hand side. We have a goal on the left-hand side, a stone on the left-hand side as well. And this is a little bit better. Even if you can still end up getting all these resources denied because of them being kind of far away from the TC, at the very least having them split like this means that you're not going to be able to deny everything with a single tower or 2, right? Like, if we take a look at over here, if somehow Liereyy was able to come over and maybe, I don't know, perhaps get a tower up somewhere around here or something, that'd be enough for him to deny this, and this, right? Doesn't even need to be a tower. It could potentially come forward with some range units. There you go. Genji cannot keep control of that side of his base. He's only got that gold to the north of his base to rely on. Yeah, that one is it's kind of far away and also so hard to protect the villagers, right? If he ends up getting raided or something over there, TC's so far away, so it's kind of awkward for Ganji for sure. Let's take a look at the scouting information from Mr. Ganji. Alright. Beautiful. Scouts now. Scout now from Lierey's getting vision of what Ganji's space is looking like. And this is dangerous. If he spots where all the resources are, now he sees everything's on the right hand side. This can be extremely rough for Ganji once Liereyy starts thinking of where to go and strike, right? So Ganji's gonna try and get the walls up. But remember, this is Acropolis. You cannot connect the walls to the edge of the map, so if you want to wall yourself, you're gonna have to wall yourself around the Acropolis. Around the top of the Acropolis. Scouts are coming in for Ganji. Left hand side. It's got the walls coming up, and we have scouts on the way for Liereyy as well. We might see some damage done over here. Liereyy might end up losing a villager. Ganji places his cards right, and he's going to. One villager will crumble from the yellow player, and that's gonna be first blood, followed very shortly by second blood. It's going around yeah, just going around everything, right? It's gonna be very pricey and very time consuming for Ganji to get up. Whoa!
I've been watching you all day. I'd sub, but I don't use Twitch enough, so this makes more sense. Buy some avocados, less than 3.
Checks out to me. Thank you so much for the support, Wonderboy. It's very much appreciated. I will get the avocados, yes. And I do appreciate the tip. If you're not around Twitch, I guess it does make sense, right? To sling some avocados my way instead. I'll take it for sure. Love the less than 3 as well. Yeah. Thank you so much for the support once again. I assume you get a better share of the money from tips and subs. Oh, yeah, for sure. It's not even close. 95% of tips versus 30% of subs or so. Something like that. Yeah, Twitch's revenue split is kind of sus, not gonna lie. There we go. Beautiful. Villagers are going down right now. That's a lot of scouts. Even if Liereyy will end up cleaning this up, Ganji still ends up getting away. With most of the damage, he gets the villager down before the final scout goes down. So far, only 2 villagers he's been able to get. Well, does end up losing a bunch of scouts though. Yeah. This is absolutely fine, right? 7 is fantastic for somebody who's gonna be able to take advantage of the emotes in other channels. Or doesn't want to get any commercials as well. Why are the colors blue and yellow? And in the last game also, is it a bug or? Nope. This is fine. The players have chosen to use colors that do not really work too well, so I chose to make Liereyy yellow. Otherwise, he would be green, which is the color that he picked for game number 2. In the previous game, Liereyy did pick color yellow. This time around, he didn't. I just changed it for him. Or for us, rather. Most often than not, I'm going to have blue and red instead, but it is fun sometimes to have a different color, and Liereyy does use yellow. Castle on the way for Liereyy. Ganji, not so much. And the game has stabilized for the most part. Now notice how good Liereyy is playing his cards. He's got 4 different pushes. Scout on the left hand side, the spearman up in the north, and then towards the east and towards the south we're gonna have additional scouts just trying to break through. This is what you want to do. You want to try and overwhelm your opponent. They're not gonna be able to repair everywhere all the time. So if you can just keep them on their toes, it's either going to come at a cost for them of not only the amount of resources it takes for them to repair, but also some APM, right? They're gonna have to pay attention to these places. Yeah, and then not forget to bring the villager back to war, that kind of stuff. I see now another villager going down for Liereyy, though. It's not going to be the last one, probably. As a matter of fact, it's not going to be the case. We see one village has gone down over here at the very least, and the scouts keep on roaming around. So Liereyy has tried to overwhelm Ganji, but it's been Ganji the one to get the most damage done so far for the most part. Here comes Liereyy, though. In the end, he was able to breach through. Can he get any damage done, though? The quick walls coming in from Ganji will keep his gold miners protected, though. In any case. Another villager goes down for Ganji. Very close, but does manage to keep it alive. Right hand side, we see once again the scout push coming out, but this time around he's going to get cleaned out. Ganji is now up against knights and spearmen. Liereyy, on the other hand, still has some scouts over here. Now, Ganji has gotten 6 villagers down so far. He has put himself in a 9 worker lead against Liereyy. He's got wheelbarrow right now as well, compared to Liereyy, who doesn't. But he's still in the field age, of course. By the time he does end up going out to the castle age, he's probably going to, well, get a lot closer to Lierey's villager count. Or rather, Lierey's going to get a lot closer to Ganji's villager count, right? And this can be tragic. This can be tragic. Ganji's not paying attention. Lierey's easily going to end up taking all the villagers. So we'll see. The will player pay attention over here. And Liereyy will still end up getting the villagers down, though. They release some of these. One. And that's a doink for the second villager going down. And Ganji kind of stabilizes a little bit, but it's still a disaster position for him. He's barely getting any gold. Needs to sell the wood over here to click out to the castle age, and Lierey's gonna start putting more and more pressure with camels, with knights. The right hand side is going to be once again Ganji the one to go for the raid. I won't be able to do too much. Scouts going down, and meanwhile over here, the camels and the knights, they should be coming in very soon. There we go. Fantastic, Liereyy. Does have technically a stronger unit still. Ganji's got Camel Scouts versus Camel Riders and Knights over here. If Liereyy plays his cards right, he might be able to get a much better trade over here. He does end up donking a villager though. And now he's got both his armies combining. He might be able to take the engagement even close to the TC. This seems like it's going to go in favor of the yellow player, and it's not even close. The Camel Scouts get completely obliterated. Bunch of villagers will start crumbling over here as well. We're gonna see one villager go down. Two villagers. Can't even finish counting over here. 3, 4, 5 villagers, and even more than that most likely. And Ganji doesn't duck on the GG the moment he gets to the castle age. Well played, Liereyy. Doesn't really take too long to win these games, right? 25 minutes into it. Pretty clutch. Let's take a look at the achievements. And all right. About 7 to 4 kill ratio for Liereyy. We have a stronger economy for Liereyy. You can call it that. It's actually a negligible difference. Only one extra resource that he ended up collecting compared to Ganji. But of course, from this point onwards, it was going to get so much better for Ganji. Dominant performance for him, yes, for sure. And now for game number 4, that one's gonna take place on Ganji's remaining home map. So let's go back and take a look at that. What that one is. I think it's going to be Regicide Fortress, right? Keep consistency. We're gonna have Mr. Liereyy in the yellow color over here for this one too. And welcome everyone to game number 4, match point already. Liereyy up 2-1 against Ganji. Ganji says, can't tell if I won or lost the 50-50. And Liereyy laughs. Lierey's got the Burmese. Ganji's got the Turks. I don't think there was a winning option for you, says Liereyy. Right, so Ganji's talking about the civilizations over here. Yeah. The 50-50 for the remaining civilizations. We didn't really try and speculate as to what civilizations were going to be used for this map, right? Because we could just launch the recorded game right away. Taking a look at the civilizations then. Starting with Ganji's first. He's gonna play with Turks. Yeah. And he's not really sure if it's a winning civilization versus Lierey's. For this one though, Ganji's going to get 25% faster working gold miners. 25% higher HP on gunpowder units. For chemistry, yeah, 50% discount on gunpowder units, and then on top of that, we also have for the Turks free light cavalry and hussar upgrades. They are going to have +1 pierce armor. We're going to see for the team bonus finally that Ganji civilization gets 25% faster training gunpowder units. Then instead with the Burmese, it's going to have a 50% discount on monastery upgrades. Right? Which could actually be really good over here, right? Depending on what Ganji goes for. Cheaper monk upgrades for the Burmese could be really good. And then what else do we have on top of that for the Burmese? We'll see also free lumber camp upgrades we're gonna have for them. In addition to all of that, they're gonna know the starting location of relics as part of the team bonus. There's one bonus I did not mention, which is 1 extra attack on barracks units per H, right? So in the field H is going to be +1, the Imperial H is going to be +3 already, and that is going to go beyond what's available in the blacksmith, of course. So if you end up getting like blast furnace, and then if you add that to the civilization bonus, you can go up to +7 attack on infantry units in the Imperial Age, which is fantastic, of course. I think I just realized that this is the second time today that we have seen Burmese in a knockout stay match. Yes, indeed. And they did work out pretty nicely last time around. We'll see if that's the case over here as well. Are the Burmese back? Maybe they are. Maybe they are, and one game is going to be definitely not enough. Have a sample size, right, to determine that, but we know that at the very least it's not an auto loss. And well, especially when Ganji says, I'm actually not really sure if I won the 50-50 over here or not. He's not really feeling too comfortable with the civilization matchup. While playing Turks, go figure. So far, looking a little bit better for Liereyy. Oh, Genji's gonna... Yeah, he's just moving the king elsewhere. There's one thing that we were talking about earlier. The fact that there are no back towers over here. Right, so you can just keep your king somewhat backish if you go for the center tower on the opposite side where your opponent's facing, but it's not always going to be too close to the back. Regardless though, let's take a look at the relic distribution as a means of taking a look at the map generation over here. But it's going to be very fair over here, and it's going to be very consistent. This is something that we saw already in the last couple of generations of Fortress as well. Well, the relics are actually spawning in a very fair manner, right? So we have 2 over here in favor of the blue player. We're going to have 2 in favor of the yellow player as well. Then we have a neutral one at the center too, in between both these goals over here, and it's overall not really going to make too much of a difference. Du bist auch durch. Is that a good pronunciation, by the way? The way that I say it? Durch? Or is it supposed to be Deutsch instead? I'm pretty curious. I've been trying to practice my pronunciation every time in Duolingo. It sounds to me like they are saying Deutsch. But my roommate says it's Deutsch. So I'm not really sure. The second one was better? Ah, okay, thank you. Appreciate it. Vielen Dank. Ganji's already gonna start pumping the Janissaries. But these guys are getting to the castle age. We have the monastery already out for Liereyy, the monastery already out for Ganji. Take care, take care. See you. Here we are. The Arambai are going to come out on top by the looks of it. Yes, Janissaries are just not doing enough damage. And you might have noticed over here that the shots actually missed from the Arambai still ended up taking down the Janissaries. That is because of the mechanic from the unit. The Burmese are not really a civilization that we see very often, so I would imagine maybe some people are not too familiar with the way they work, right? But the Arambai specifically, when they miss a projectile but the projectile hits a different unit, they still deal, I believe, 50% of the damage of the original damage, so they can still get units down. Fighting against large, like dense groups of units is usually going to be deadly, right? When you have Arambai to play. Second TC on the way, already for Ganji. Liereyy already have the second TC up. Starting to collect some stone. We're gonna see another castle come up very soon for Liereyy so he can double his Arambai production. And so far, has been 1-1 relic. Ganji's got the second relic coming up into his base already. It's not going to be the case so much, right, for Liereyy? Yeah, I don't think I see a monk coming in at all. There are 2 relics remaining, yes, so that could not be possible. That sounds about right. Until today, I feel like I've not seen Arambai for over a year. Right. So there are the 2 relics remaining on the left-hand side, both of these towards the southwest. This one towards the west, rather, and it seems like Lierey's gonna make a play for those. He's gonna at the very least for the left-hand side one, and then the southwest one might actually still end up out for grabs. We'll see. Main still buffing kills. Let's say let's get 50% lumberjack accuracy until castle age. That'll be interesting. There we go. Janissaries are going down still, and the conversions over here are connecting from Liereyy still. He does not lose in 2 of the monks over here, 3 of the monks, but does come out on top. In terms of military, is gonna be the only player left with army over here, and the monks are going down from Ganji, and now Liereyy is thirsty for blood. Moving on straight into the next mon and taking it down without any issues. Now the Janissaries will follow suit, and that is not even close. Lierey's Arambai push over here, unit control, has been incredible. So the Janissary goes down. Ganji is left on 2 Janis, 1 monk. Liereyy, on the other hand, has got only 1 monk left going towards the south. He's going for yet another one. He's trying to reset the HP of his army first. And so we're all being very, very well played from Liereyy. Now, Ganji's got the 30 C on the way. This will allow for him to catch up. He's behind by 10 workers right now. Nice snipe over here from Liereyy. And he almost reset the entirety of the HP of his army. And while Ganji does end up taking the monk down from Liereyy, can he do anything though? It doesn't seem to me like he's got... Yeah, only now he's got the monk on the way. It's gonna take forever. And Liereyy, I'm wondering why he is taking so long to get this relic. I think it's probably just taking it for granted and trying to go for the farthest one first. So here come the run by once again. The Janissaries will get completely obliterated. It's not even close. Ganji has taken awful engagement so far. Lierey's unit control has been great. Map presence has been great. Yeah, Lierey's just getting some extra villages over here for free, right? While keeping the gate open. He kind of trapped himself though. Liereyy! Can he get it far away from the TC though? I think the TC's got full range, right? Yeah, for the most part. So he's just trying to get some villagers and he kind of trapped himself, but it seems like it's going to end up being a good thing for him. Taking so many extra villagers down is going to prevent Ganji from catching up despite having the third TC. And now 4th TC coming up for the Bull player as well. Meanwhile, we have a third TC on the way for Liereyy. Yeah, notice. He's trying to take the tower down. This is a ground test, it seems to me, from Liereyy. Because if he was able to take the tower down over here, he could roam around and try to find the tower where the king actually is, right? That could be really good. He's taking the tower down. There's nothing in here for him to take. He's just going to take it down and then he could potentially try to move elsewhere. And see if he can locate the king. There's a lot of TCs over here from Ganji though, so it's not going to be particularly straightforward. It's not just the TCs, also the castle provide extra range, extra protection, so it's going to be difficult. And in the end, Liereyy will indeed end up collecting this relic. Will indeed end up collecting this relic as well, for which he went for an outpost as well to keep an eye on. Imperial is going to be here for Liereyy as well very soon. There he goes. Majority of the Arambai doing that, getting down by the TC. The Imperial is gonna be here for Liereyy, and check this out. Check this out. I think Lierey's going for it. I think Lierey's gonna try. Make a play for the king. You can see the tower. He cannot really do it though. He cannot really do it when he is being targeted by the tower. He needs to go to the base of it, so he needs to breach through and then come in. But I think that's gonna be the play. He's got a trebuchet on the way. This could be good for Liereyy. What's he gonna try and do? He's gonna try and go for the gate first. Come in with the Arambai. Snipe the king. Ganji on the other hand, he's got a castle coming out towards the south. In the middle of nowhere seemingly, but if he does end up going for some walls from here to here, he should be able to bring the king all the way and garrison it over here, right? And it says he's going after the castle first. He's got the second trebuchet on the way. Once he takes this one down and gets the gate down as well, there is no escaping for Ganji's king. It's the bull player. Very important to take the king away. The unfortunate thing for Ganji though is that even if he ends up... Oh! And Ganji's actually trapping Lierey's villager here. Check this out. He's trapping 2 villagers, interestingly enough. But yeah, what I'm saying is, I'm actually not really sure. Even if Ganji was able to pull the monk, actually the king, sorry, away from the tower over here and go and garrison it towards the south castle, what does he do? Yo, Sabatero! Thank you so much for the raid. Appreciate it. Welcome back. I hope you had a great stream, and I hope you guys enjoy it. We are taking a look at Liereyy versus Ganji. Game number 4 in this best of 5 series. For TTL Platinum, the playoffs. This is for the round of 12 as well. So whoever wins over here is going to be moving on to face Mr. Yo in the quarterfinals. So the castle scramble already from Ganji. He still has the king garrison where Liereyy is aware of it. And it seems like Liereyy still looking much stronger as Ganji is now going out to the Imperial Age. He's going for cavalry archers over here, and Lierey's got a crap ton of Aramba. He's gonna continue going for more. He's got Parthen tactics as well. Yeah, and Ganji just goes on to call the GG, and guys, Liereyy in game number 4 gets a final score of 3-1 against Ganji. Is going to end up. Yes, that was the MTC going down from Ganji. He calls it GG as he cannot continue anymore. And to be fair, even if he had gotten to the Imperial Age, I honestly don't see what he could possibly have done over here to stop Lierey's push. But it's going to be too much for him to recover from. And yeah, Liereyy will not get in the series over here. Let's take a look at the achievements. We'll see for military, a better KD for Liereyy. About 3-2 for the economy, a stronger economy for Liereyy. About 3,000 extra resources. Society, on the other hand, is favoring Ganji for the villager max count over here. And the total amount of villagers produced throughout the game, but he also took the most losses with 10 villagers going down, while Liereyy ended up losing only 3 over here. And that was a very interesting game, and certainly very interesting to see the Burmese over here kind of back. See, of course, how this looks down the line as we move through the rest of the playoffs. But so far, it's looking very interesting. Liereyy is going to be the one facing Mr. Yo. Ganji